Political tension is rising in Osun as the governorship election approaches, and the stakes could not be higher. Barely 3 days to the polls. Governor Ademola Adeleke's camp has raised alarm over what they describe as intimidation, harassment, and even targeted violence against their supporters. They argue that the atmosphere is being poisoned by partisan policing, alleged manipulation of electoral processes, and a climate of fear that threatens the credibility of the poll.
On the other side, the opposition insists these claims are exaggerated, accusing the Adeleke campaign of playing the victim's card while ignoring its own role in escalating political hostilities. The APC, led by former Governor Adegboyega Oyetola, maintains that it is committed to a free and fair election. But questions remain about whether both parties are truly prepared to respect the will of the people. Join us this morning for this important discussions, former Chief Press Secretary to ex-Governor Adegboyega Oyetola, Mr. Ismail Omipidan, and a spokesperson for the Adeleke Campaign Council, Mr. Pelumi Olajengbesin. A warm welcome to you both, gentlemen, and welcome to Breakfast Central.
Good morning.
I'd like to start with Mr. Olajengbesin. How would you describe the political atmosphere in Osun State as we inch towards the gubernatorial elections this Saturday? And what do you make of the statement that was made by Senator Fadahunsi and his rebuttal yesterday?
Well, the people of Osun State are getting ready for the election. But why we are strongly worried is because recent events, particularly Senator Fadahunsi's statement, has clearly shown that the Nigerian police is possibly compromised or lacks the capacity to provide security for the election. And I think, personally, we may have to start inviting other security agencies to support the Nigerian police for this very, very serious assignment. The reason is very, very clear. Yesterday, Senator Fadahunsi said in public that members of our court should be killed. Even before his own statement as well, one other prominent member of APC said in public that she has gun in her house and that she can shoot anytime. Another young man, Emiade from, I think, Odoti, also said yesterday in public that no member of our court should come out on the day of election. You see, having series of statements and behavior like this in an election week, and the Commissioner of Police, the Inspector General of Police, is doing absolutely nothing about it. I am surprised that Fadahunsi has not been arrested now. I am surprised that Emiade is still working freely. I am surprised the Eroanike woman who claimed she has gone in an house and that she's ready to shoot anyone is yet to be arrested. Look, the Nigerian police arrested one Honorable Popola Alaba in Elisha for no reason, without finding anything on him. They drove him from Osun State to Abuja. When they got to Abuja, the Inspector General of Police proceeded to court to obtain a detention warrant. And the allegations against him on the detention warrant is that he committed robbery without providing anything before the court. It will interest you to know that we approached that same court and that detention order was vacated and a release warrant was issued by the court. This has happened almost 5 days now today, but the Inspector General of Police has not deemed it fit to release this person. There's no petition against him. There's no evidence of robbery. This is a man who is the candidate of our court in Elisha. However, we have a senator who came out publicly, said to the whole world that members of our court should be killed. And the police is yet to do anything about it. I think we need to be serious about issues in this country. And we need to be sure if we genuinely have a country we can call our own, or there's a total breakdown of law and order. This is not banana republic. And that is my concern. So we are saying that the people of Osun State are very well prepared for this election. The people of Osun State are peaceful and they are ready to go into the election with a clear mind. But we are demanding that the Nigerian police should act now. Should act now and take up its responsibility seriously. Just like about 5 days ago, the Honorable Commissioner for Environment, Honorable Mayo Adejori, was arrested in Osun State. He was detained. He was undressed. You know, he was naked. His boxers removed, his singlet removed at the police detention. And he was released the following morning without any charge, without anything. The police eventually apologized to him that he was wrongly arrested. I mean, but a senator who had made a statement publicly is yet to be arrested. It means that the police is compromised or the police is not competent enough to do the job. So that's my position.
You do not have any form or iota of confidence in the Nigerian police force that they will be able to carry out a safe, free and fair elections, ensuring that they provide security for every indigene in Osun State?
No, you see, the facts speaks for itself. The facts are all over the place. It is not even about me having confidence in Nigerian police to protect lives for this election. It is about the fact that the issues that are on ground, the serious security threats that we are seeing today is not being addressed by the police. And the police is not saying anything. The reality is that we have a police today that has been overpowered by politicians. We have a police today that is subservient to politicians. We have a police today who literally take instruction from the APC. So I want to believe now, today, that if Mr. Fadahunsi is not arrested, detained, and charged to court for an offense that is prima facie clear to the world, then it means that we are not serious about addressing insecurity in Nigeria.
All right.
So these are very, very serious issues, and that is my concern.
All right, let's bring
and I think anyone on this program will confirm this fact and will understand with me that there is a serious security issue in Osun State that must be addressed. And I think our demand should be that the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Civil Defense, or other security agencies should please come in and provide support for the Nigerian police.
All right, let's bring in Ismail Omipidan into the conversation. You've heard what Pelumi has said, the fears that he has, the fears that unfortunately, it seems that we've disconnected. Ismail has been disconnected from the call. We hope that he can be reconnected. Let's come back to you and continue the conversation. You've called for the arrest of the senator. You've called for the investigation of the senator. You also did make reference to a scenario where a person was wrongfully arrested, stripped of his right to dignity of human person in the way he was treated by the police, and also, you know, eventually apologized to. Yesterday, we spoke with the Commissioner of Police in Osun State, who said that the violence in Osun State is not as a result of, you know, political undertones, that it is just attacks and reprisal attacks. He also did show that the full weight of law enforcement is out to protect and ensure that, you know, Osun State citizens are protected when they come out to vote. With that show of force, you know, does that encourage you to say that maybe there will be some level of sanity on the day of the elections? And do you agree that the violence we're seeing is not political? Are you still with us? All right, it would seem that. All right, since we'll come back to you, but let's bring in Ismail into the conversation. Ismail, you must have heard what was being said, I believe. There have been strong allegations about what's been happening, the violence that has ensued in Osun State. Many have said that they have lost confidence in the current elections, the coming elections, the gubernatorial elections happening on Saturday, the 15th. There have been accusations about police brutality in terms of people who have been wrongfully arrested, stripped of their dignity to dignity of human person, and lots of all these allegations. How do you respond to all these statements that have been made, all these allegations of violence that have been put forward, and particularly the statement made by the senator saying that, you know, I don't even want to quote it, but you know the statement I'm talking about?
Well, if you are not quoting it, I hope you are not expecting me to quote it. But having said that, I listened to Pelumi from the beginning, but at some point I lost connection, and so I didn't listen to everything he said. However, let me start this way, that my appearance this morning is not in defense of the APC because I am not the spokesperson of the APC Campaign Council. They have a designated spokesperson. However, as a stakeholder in Osun and as someone who witnessed almost similar scenario 4 years ago, I think it would be hypocritical of me not to add my voice to whatever is happening. I'm happy that today the police has invited Senator Fadahunsi at least to get to interview with them to provide explanation as to the comment he made and why he made the comment. But I want to say that 4 years ago, even though APC was in charge of the federal government, Senator Lere Oyewumi, and I will share the video with your producer. You may not necessarily play it, but you can listen to it at least to corroborate whatever I'm saying. Senator Lere Oyewumi, a senator representing Osun West, a member of the House of Reps representing my own federal constituency, Honorable Clement Olonwa, and one Spain from Ikirun. They made damaging worse statements. In spite of our petition to the police never invited them 4 years ago.
Can you mention what they said?
Fine. Leo Yeumi said it very clearly that wherever you see them, attack them, stone them. If they deserve slap, give it to them. If they deserve any other form of attack, met it out to them. Spain from Mekirun is a tebabo awala. The one from my federal constituency, he said anywhere you see APC people, beat them. And so the point I'm trying to make is that this has been the pattern. But the only difference between what happened 4 years ago and what is happening today is that 4 years ago, my former principal insisted that his supporters must not take laws into their hands and ensured that security operatives were petitioned with regards to the happening at the time. And let me also place on record that 4 years ago, APC lost about 30 of their members to this same scenario that we are witnessing today. Again, as the chief press secretary then, I was the one who authored the press release asking the police to investigate a then police officer, he was CSP then, Omoyele. He killed 2 persons in Ede shortly after the elections. And when the governor called for his prosecution, we gathered then that the man was being penciled down as the chief security officer of the governor-elect. And to confirm the story, the governor went ahead to appoint the same person as his chief security officer. It didn't end there. Today, as I speak to you, this same Omoyele is the head of Amotekun. The point I'm trying to make is that this police officer, as at then, had series of anti-human rights violations, well documented, including petition to the NSAS panel, which we empaneled back then. But in spite of all those allegations, in spite of all those issues, the governor still went ahead to appoint him as his chief security officer. And at the end of the day, he appointed him as the head of Amotekun. So I'm saying this for you to know the character and personality of the governor himself. For me, I believe that if the governor has acted like a statesman, whatever violence we are witnessing today would not have occurred.
Okay. I mean, so now it's back on the governor's table. Let me push it back to you, Mr. Pelumi, quickly. What's your reaction to that? The governor also held a press conference. We've seen multiple press conferences. Do you also believe in the peace deal that was signed, between all parties? Because even in that day, during that day, we saw them, after putting pen to paper, they still went headlong with each other, stating clearly how insecurity is affecting, is going to affect the elections. What's your take on that? Dr. Pelumi, are you there?
Okay, this is frozen. Okay, let's come back to Ismail. Or do you...
Mr. Pelumi,
Okay,
can you hear me?
All right, great.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I just asked a question. What's your take? What's your response to that? We said it's on the governor's statement. Yeah, go on.
I didn't hear your question.
Oh, okay,
and,
fine,
of
fine.
course, I didn't hear
I mean, a
anything.
peace treaty was, all parties met, they signed an agreement, a peace deal, no violence, but it seems like that's just putting pen to paper. It's just talk or just signing, but nothing really happens. Our other guest has said that the governor could have stopped this violence from erupting or becoming what we see today. Do you believe so?
Well, I think I will not sit here and provide legitimacy for anything that has to do with violence. And I think very strongly that we should not give any excuse for violence at all. If anyone has committed an act that is against the law, I think the person should be taken up. The governor has the duty to call the security agencies to do their job, but the security agencies, with or without the governor's directive, have the right to, they have the responsibility to ensure that investigations are carried out and actions are taken. And so if you look at this issue of Fadahunsi, I mean, this is a generally seen thing that ordinarily the police should have acted upon, but they are yet to do anything about it. And apart from even Fadahunsi, other members of APC, who, look, if any member of our court has committed any offense, take them up, investigate the person. When the peace committee visited Osun State, they invited all stakeholders and all governorship candidates. Our candidate, Governor Ademola Adeleke, was at the event. He sat down there. They waited for the candidate of the APC, but was nowhere to be found. The reality is that the candidate of the APC lacked the moral ground to appear before such an eminent and important committee, and he declined the invitation. To further insult the organization, he sent someone who is neither known or connected. I mean, perhaps the person was just passing around and came out to say he's representing the governor. So it's actually an embarrassment to Nigeria, to APC, and to Osun State, because the reality is that the governor was invited by such eminent committees of respected Nigerians to ensure that parties can collaborate to give a sense of security to the people. However, in an attempt to make the people of Osun State believe that the election would not be peaceful, the candidate of the APC declined the invitation and refused to come for such an important program. And it will interest you to know that it was confirmed that same candidate of APC was actually in Osogbo, the capital of Osun State, the time and the moment the event took place. So Governor Ademola Adeleke has demonstrated sufficiently, beyond any doubt, that he is committed to peace. He said it when the Inspector General of Police visited Osun State, that if anyone associated with him, including his own son, committed any act of violence or any act of criminality, the person should be taken up. But we are talking about candidates of APC, important members of the party, calling for violence publicly, and the police is doing nothing here. I am not blaming the APC. And this is not even a political discussion. I am talking about our society. I'm talking about our nation. And I'm saying that the Nigerian police has a responsibility to ensure that the right thing is done. Before now, we do believe that the Nigerian police is one of the best police in the world. I mean, they've been rated well in a lot of competition, a lot of programs, a lot of exposure out there. But it's an embarrassment to the police today that the insecurity in Nigeria is increasing every day. And it is happening because people like Fadahunsi appear to be above the law, and the police is unable to do anything about it.
I want to also follow up with what you've said. I mean, you have said that anyone who has run foul of the law, made certain insightful comments, should be picked up by the police. I want you to respond to the accusations against the DG of Adeleke Campaign Council, Senator Adegboyega Oyetola. There have been accusations about him. Some have said that the statements he made led to the killing or his involvement, that his support or his endorsement of certain actions have led to the killing of 14-year-old Ezekiel Olokpade. So how do you respond to that? And I believe that when Ismail was speaking as well, he did make reference to that. Did the police ever invite him? Does your party, did your party speak about this? Did your party take a stand? Give us the background to all of this.
So that report is absolutely not correct and is false. Okay. However, I assume without considering that is even the issue. The police responsibility is not about any political party.
Can I ask which part of the report is false?
Should have taken up such a matter and investigate. The boy that was killed deserved justice. If the police believe that anyone has committed an act that has a chain of causation related to a criminal act that has been committed, the police should invite the person. The police should investigate. We are saying that the police must not slaughter its responsibility on the altar of politics. Well, look, what the question you just asked me, and the statement by my brother, even though I didn't hear when he made that statement, has further confirmed that the Nigerian police need to wake up to their responsibility. I have said to you here, I will not come here to justify or to create excuse for the irresponsibility of the Nigerian police force.
We're here. Please go ahead. We can hear you.
I will not come here to justify, create excuse for the police inability to do their job. I am here to say that the Nigerian police must step up their job and act as a major #1 security agency in the country. Fadahunsi must be arrested. Anyone who has committed any criminal act must be arrested. Mr. Enyade, who declared war on Accord members, must be arrested. The woman who claims she has gone in her house and she can kill anyone should be arrested. If the police also think that some members of Accord have committed certain criminal offenses, they should be arrested. I mean, as I speak to you today, we have 62 members of Accord in different police cells across the country. This is logic turned upside down. Some of these persons have committed no single offense. Some of these persons have done nothing. I mean, if you have people like that in different prisons across the country, what exactly are we doing politics? Is that election? Is that a credible, free, fair election? I mean, the Nigerian police is embarrassing the organization by this Osun State election. This Osun State election has shown very well that even the Inspector General of Police is grossly incompetent and he lacks the capacity to take up his responsibility. I have seen in a video where the same Senator Fadahunsi said that if the Inspector General of Police does not arrest members of Accord, that he will sack the Inspector General of Police. And I know that it is the threat of sacking the Inspector General of Police that has affected him from ensuring that the arrest that is supposed to be done by now has not been done. Okay. So what we are saying is that the right thing should be done. The Inspector General of Police should stand up as a senior officer who knows his responsibility and defend the people of Nigeria. We should not sit down here and justify the fact that there are certain criminal acts that has been done by someone, and because of that, what Senator Fadahunsi has done is legitimate. No, we are saying Mr. Governor will not go out there to police Osun State. Mr. Governor will provide leadership. Mr. Governor will encourage security agencies to do their job. And we expect.
All right, if I may interject at this point, I think I get your point that your blame is with the police, but I also just want to confirm, do you have any atom of blame for the APC as well? Because members of your party have accused the APC of being involved in the violence that has been instigated against the members of the Accord Party. Are you clearly saying now that your grouse is not with the APC in any way, but with the police in Osun State? Or the Nigerian police, rather.
Of the police. I am saying that it is a failure of the Nigerian police responsibility that has enabled APC and its members to commit all the atrocities they are committing.
All right.
And I'm saying
all right, so
if the
you've
Nigerian
made your
police
point, I
can
believe.
take up people committing criminal acts, this criminality will stop.
All right,
Okay,
you made your point, I believe.
Thank you. I'd like to bring Ismail Omipidan back into the conversation. Now, Ismail, it's a few days to elections, and we've seen what many has termed as the weaponization of poverty, and that politicians have belittled Nigerians, and they feel the best way they can get them to vote for them is through handouts. We've also seen, and this accusation is to both parties, the front runners, the Accord Party and the APC. We've seen people made to swear an oath. We've seen curses that if you take this money or this bread and rice and you vote for another party, your children will not be successful. Is this the new political reality in Nigeria? And how did you get to this? And do you also, because some people say, you know, if you don't beat them, it's best you join them. This is what the people want. Is this really what the people want, or are politicians just taking advantage of the poverty in the country?
Okay, but do we still have Pelumi on the line? Or both of them have been disconnected?
Yes, in case you can hear me,
okay.
I can hear you very clearly.
Yes, Pelumi, you can also respond to that question, because the allegation goes both ways.
I know you have seen video of video of APC offering bread and rice.
We've also seen the video of our Accord Party as well, with bread.
Offering bread and rice and asking that people should swear oaths that they will vote for APC. Now, let me tell you this in Osun State. Before the emergence of...
No, when we were playing party, it started at 8:30.
Are you there? Okay, we seem to have some network connectivity challenges there from where you are. But let's see, Ismail, are you back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Now. We're hoping that the network will eventually remain
I think the
stable.
network is playing some tricks on us this morning.
Absolutely.
Now, I listened to you. With regards to weaponization of poverty, I think both the government and the political actors have a big role to play with regards to advocacy. And I say this with all sense of modesty. I was under Emmanuel Udom. I was in Uyo, and the hotel where I stayed, I was having seen some of the good things the man did, and I was interacting with the hotel workers that, oh, how is your governor doing? They say, well, he's doing well, but he's not sharing money. You know, I'm talking of Udom, who the current governor took over from. So the problem is that even Nigerians themselves have come to accept the fact that no matter how superlative your performance is as a governor, you must still share money. And so all the major institutions, including the actors, need serious work to do as far as that is concerned.
Truly. Seems we really have network.
Stasis.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead, please.
Go ahead.
Yeah, doing one of my field studies, even in the 2022 election, field reports show very clearly that both parties engage in whether pre or during election, vote buying. It cuts across board, but even my brother that is speaking to us there, he won't want to accept it, on air, but I have credible evidence of his involvement in pre-vote buying. I have the receipts. I have everything.
Sorry, you have receipt of who?
The point I'm trying to make, The point I'm trying to make is that we all, if we are really, really serious about this, we all must get involved in ensuring that we stop it.
Sorry, who do you
Let
say
me
you have
also
receipt
add,
of their vote buying, just to be clear?
yeah, you know, he met with some agents of the APC and he talked them into working for his party. He gave them some money and promised them to double it or triple it if they eventually carry out the task he wants them to do for him.
All right.
That is one. Two,
okay.
Let me also say that if the current government and its actors are serious, the government appointed a wanted criminal, a known murderer in the state, as a special or senior special assistant. I'm talking of Ajagungbade Emir. Now, how come the government has not given him up to the police? You see, the police cannot do this job alone. The police needs the cooperation and collaboration of members of the society to do their work. The police declare certain persons wanted, and we see these persons either inside the government house or in functions on the same stage with the governor. What kind of message are you sending to the people of the state? That is why, for me, I believe very strongly that the governor has not acted like a statesman as far as this matter is concerned. I am not trying to justify what is happening, but the truth is that if the governor is serious about peace in the state, he has what it takes to do. He must demonstrate it, not to be addressing press, blackmailing, and trying to intimidate members of the public.
I mean, you've said a lot, but let's hear from Pelumi. Pelumi, is that true that there's some conversations that are happening on the ground with exchange of funds? Unfortunately, we have to revert to phone conversations right now because of your network.
But please, can you hear me very clearly, please?
Can you speak up? We're struggling to hear you, Pelumi. Your voice isn't loud.
Can you hear me very clearly?
Yes, we can. Ismail says he has evidence that you have been involved in vote buying.
To be honest and to be fair to him, I do not take him serious. I mean, anything coming out from him, I don't even take it serious. So I just assume that it's just one of those things he needs to say. So we can just proceed to some other things that are really,
no, he
really
does
serious.
say he has evidence, and that's a very strong allegation, especially because you are here criticizing his party for being involved in actions that can be interpreted as vote buying.
If you listen to him very clearly, at the commencement of the engagement, he said he's not speaking for APC.
Absolutely.
But I mean, but at the end of the day, he's of course speaking for the party. But it's not a problem. I don't want this conversation to be about myself and him. Raising the allegation that I'm involved in vote buying, I mean, is embarrassment to knowledge. But I do not take anything coming out from him seriously. I heard also that he said Governor Ademola Adeleke appointed a known criminal and that the criminal is in government house. I mean, when people like this say things, then you should just trivialize it. If you have someone very serious raising allegations like this, I'll honestly love to engage.
No, especially because we are on TV.
You don't take anything.
Just because we are on TV,
seriously.
And for the avoidance of doubt, we have an audience watching. The question is, it's an indictment on your character, an indictment on your integrity that has been said to your face. So it's an opportunity, regardless of whether you regard the source. Can you please, speak to that? Were you involved in vote buying or not?
That's absolutely not correct. I mean, he said he has receipt of me getting involved in vote buying. I said, that's wrong. That's false. That it has nothing to do with me. And again, when, like I said, if what other response do you want me to give to someone who is making up a statement that has no reality, that is baseless? So that accusation is baseless. If you come to my constituency, you come to Osun State, you will know that I'm a person that is loved by, generally by people. If he has such evidence, he should supply it to the public. And I'm naturally generous. I give people whatever I care, which is convenient for me, but I will not give anybody a penny for the purpose of election, for the purpose of politics. You see, one of the major problems we have in this country is the fact that our leadership recruitment system is very, very terrible. And that the country places a lot of attention on people who lack character. That's to be honest. Because if our leadership recruitment process is actually very solid, we'll be having conversation and engagement like this. I mean, saying that someone of my pedigree was involved in vote buying, if someone serious had uttered that statement, I'll take him up for defamation seriously. And like I said to you also, he also made a statement that Governor Ademola Adeleke appointed a criminal in his administration. That statement is false. You go and check the list of the appointees of Governor Ademola Adeleke, and you can, on your own as journalists, vet the record and the antecedents of everyone who is an appointee under the government administration. It is not enough for anyone to come to national television to make accusations or to say things that are baseless, that's no basis. Mr. Governor himself has said that if anyone is connected to him, has committed any offense, that the Nigerian police should take up the person. So if you claim that the Nigerian police has declared a particular person wanted, it means that the Nigerian police is interested in the person, and the Nigerian police will arrest the person, will charge the person to court. So saying that Mr. Governor appointed the person is logic turned upside down. And that record, he has not even provided the name of the person, number one. And apart from that, even when he provides the name of the person, I want to also encourage you as journalists. Please request for records of
Absolutely.
appointees
That
of
would be the
Governor
next.
Adeleke. And you can vet for yourself.
That will be the next question. And we're also going to ask Ismail, please, you said you would send that proof to our producer. Would urge you to please do so. Because if you are making such grand statements, of course, you have to back it up with proof. All right? We're told his network is still it's troubleshooting. Hopefully we'll be able to join again, but we're out of time, apparently. And we need to bring this conversation to a close. I want to thank you, gentlemen, for joining us.